breakdown feels like. But that's probably the closest that I've ever been. Nothing made sense. And I knew in my mind and in my heart, this is not life. This is not life. No one should have to go through this. She walked up to me and reached and grabbed the bottle of vodka, and then just kind of stood back and then hurled it at me, and it just went right past my head and smashed behind me. So I stood up and I walked behind the bar, and there was a larger bottle of vodka, the kind with the handle, on it. I grabbed that and I went and I sat in my seat again. I opened the bottle and I poured myself a shot and drank it. Missouri was flinging insults left, right, and center, and she then grabbed that bottle and threw that. She threw the large bottle, and it made contact and shattered everywhere. And I honestly didn't feel the pain at first at all. I felt no pain whatsoever. What I felt was, I felt heat. I felt heat, and I felt as if something were dripping down my hand, and then I looked down and realized that the tip of my finger had been severed, and I was looking directly at my bones sticking out, and the meaty portion of the inside of your finger, and blood was just pouring out. And at that point, I think that I went into some sort of, I don't know what a nervous breakdown feels like, but that's probably the closest that I've ever been. Nothing made sense. And I knew in my mind and in my heart, this is not life. This is not life. No one should have to go through this. Mr. had taken my cigarette from the ashtray and stomped it out in my face here.
Do you mark on the screen where you see that?
It's right above that green dot.
And do you know who took this picture?
I do not know.
Can we please publish this to the jury?
Do you want to enter into evidence?
Yes, please.
Any objection? No, Your Honor. All right. 145 in evidence. You can publish to the jury.
And so, Mr. Depp, now that the jury can see the photograph, can you again explain what that green dot is identifying?
Just above just above the green dot is a wound from misheard taking my cigarette, and this is after the finger had gone away, and she stubbed it out in my face and on my cheek. So that's the result of that. Yep, that's.
What is this, a picture of, Mr. Depp?
The remains of my finger.
And was this taken shortly after you were injured?
I believe this was taken at the emergency room, I'd imagine.
I'd move to this into evidence, but I'd like to also warn the jury and the people in the audience that this is a very graphic picture.
All right, any objection?
No, Your Honor.
All right, 144.
We can take this down. Thank you. Mr. Depp, how long after your finger was injured did you return to LA?
After the emergency room, the following day, I was sent to they'd found a surgeon in Australia, so that I could go. They wanted me to take have X-rays taken and all that. So we went to that doctor, the finger surgeon, and he asked me what happened to my finger, and I again lied, and I stuck to the story that it was smashed in an accordion, a large accordion door. And he looked at me as if I were lying. And the next thing I heard was, "Sir, that is a wound of velocity." And
Objection, hearsay.
Your Honor, this is a communication in the context of medical treatment.
I'll sustain the objection. Moving on.
So, Mr. Depp, this was a surgeon you saw in Australia.
yes,
When did you return to Los Angeles after seeing that surgeon?
I believe it was probably the next day, where it might have been Kipper or someone who had hooked me up with a wonderful, a great expert in reconstruction of hands, fingers, digits, whatever. So I went to see the surgeon, and we prepped for surgery.